In this video, I'm going to show you how you can 10x your social media output while saving 90% of your effort, and all that with no code. Just take your long form content, such as a YouTube video, maybe an article you've seen online, and repurpose it into many different social media types, such as a tweet or a Facebook post or an Instagram post. Even send it off to Reddit and Medium and post it straight into Pinterest as well. And along the way, it's going to talk to a couple of AI assistants, all trained on your company info. So your company tone of voice, any ins and outs you want to give the AI about your company, and it will write it all out exactly as you want it to. So it will also write a WordPress article for you, a Medium article, and on Medium it will actually post a backlink straight back to your blog article, so improving your Google ranking at the same time. So the main purpose of this video is that you can build your own repurposing tool based on any inputs or outputs you want to give it. We're going to give you a sort of a broader spectrum on how to build this. We're going to use a trigger point, which in our case is a YouTube video, and we're going to repurpose that across multiple platforms. You can edit it further up along the line, and we'll also show you how to do that. In our case, we're using make.com and Airtable, and all of that will be explained by David further on in this video. You might be playing around with a couple of AI tools, such as ChatGPT, and you might have noticed that sometimes it does hallucinate. And for that reason alone, we've put in the ability to revise your work before it goes into any social media posts. And on top of that, we've added a schedule function, so you can take your long form content, repurpose it, correct it if needed, add stuff on, subtract it, and then schedule it for whenever you want. This gives you the ability to repurpose your content 24/7, 365 days a year. Before I hand you off to David, who's going to explain in great detail how to set up this whole automation, how to build it step by step, how to connect everything on, I would love it if you could hit the like and subscribe button below and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified anytime we post a new video.
Thank you, Alex. So just to recap, all the tools that you'll need to build out this social media automation is you'll need a make.com account. You'll also need an Airtable account. You will need a Leonardo account for your image generation, so Leonardo.ai. And you'll also need a OpenAI account to create your copies for your social media posts. So to give you a breakdown of the automations that we're going to build out inside of make.com, we've got a structured mail hook to Airtable. So basically we want to structure our data. Basically you can send an email to a mail hook, just sending a URL and the social media channels that you want to publish to, and AI will take care of it and structure in the data and pump it into your Airtable base. The next one will be transcription and summarizer. So whether you put in an article or a URL for a YouTube video, it will structure the data again. It will scrape and summarize and pump everything back to your Airtable, along with two sets of images. So a 9x6, which is for your mobile feeds like Instagram, etc. And then there's a 1x1, which will be a square piece. So after that, we're going to, when everything is returned to your Airtable, we're going to create a blog. So basically create a article for your WordPress, which you can then reference back in some of your copies. So if you're writing to Medium or Reddit, maybe you would like to create this, reference the source article. And from there, we will then create the copies. So this is why it's important to get the blog created first. So we create the copies based on which articles you've selected, which platforms you've selected. Once that's all come back to your Airtable, you come back and approve everything to be scheduled, and then the final automation will schedule your posts. So what I'm going to do now is just show you from step one, and what we're going to do is send an email to this mail hook, which will trigger the beginning of the whole series of automations. So if I switch this on now, and it's going to be listening and waiting for an email, and I will just, so imagine you've seen an article that you like, and as you hopefully you can see my screen here, I've got it on the top there. Say you like a video and you want to create a social media post about it. What we can do is send the URL to the mail hook, and then we're just going to say what ones we want. So we want LinkedIn, Twitter. We could even, you can abbreviate. I can put FB, things like that. You can even put Insta. You don't need to pronounce or spell things correctly. The AI will take care of it. And then if we click send, what I'm going to do is just run our automation now, waiting for the mail hook. I'm going to send. There we are. The mail hook's picked up. And now the OpenAI module has passed the data into something usable and structured and sent everything over back to our Airtable. So to show you in view, we've got a new link. So now the next stage of the automation is ready. So inside of here, we've got another load of built-in automation. So from here, what we want to do is transcribe and summarize what just came through. So if I select the record, I can trigger the automation. So there we are. What I want to do is now show you the second part, so part B of our build. We open this up. What we're going to do is now just switch this on. And once it's running, I'll explain how it's all working. We're going to switch this on, and now we're going to send the trigger. So run the automation, and I'll quickly dart back to make.com. So now it's picked up the information, and because it's picked up the record ID, we've got picked up all of the information from the record, and it's routed through this route here because source type equals YouTube. So we're going to get the information from YouTube here. Then we're going to remove the timestamps from the transcript. Then we summarize it. We've created an image prompt, sent it over to Leonardo.ai, where it's creating an image that's a 1x1 dimension. And then the second module here is doing a 9x16, so that's your landscape resolution. From here, it's going to update everything back to Airtable. So we're going to, there we are, it's complete. So if we go back over to Airtable now, you will see inside of the data that we've received an image, we've received some other the landscape image, we've also got the record IDs. And then now we're going to populate all of this here. So, okay, so yeah, as you can see, we've got LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Those are the platforms that I've asked them to create social media posts for. So next, we're going to trigger the automation. So what I want to do is we're going to go to step C. So I'll go over, and we can show you the creating a blog. So what we're going to do is create a blog in the next automation. We'll switch this on, ready and waiting. So we're just going to switch the automation on, and now what we'll do is return to Airtable, and we're going to trigger. So we've got a trigger here. So I'll show you what we want to do next is create a blog. So just so you understand how these triggers are working. So when summary is not empty, when a platform is not empty, and to transcribe and summarize is complete, so we've got a check mark there, and the summary is not empty, then we'll start an automation, and then the automation we send just the record ID over to our webhook. So if I click on test automation, and what we'll do is we'll select this one here, and now we're going to select the run automation so we can send everything over to make.com. My computer's being a little bit slow. There we are. I'll click run. I'll dive over to make.com. You should see it come in now with the hook. So now we're creating an article outline. Next, it will be passed on to Anthropic, which is going to create the content and the title. And we're also going to use OpenAI to then give some meta description. We will download the image from our Airtable base. We're going to upload into WordPress media file, and then from there we will add the articles, so the content and the title. And then we're going to update our Airtable record to say that the blog has been created and put the URL of the actual blog so that we can then pass it through to Reddit and Medium for our to create stronger backlinks. So super fast automation. Once this is up and running, you can have your automation switched on inside of Airtable and inside of make.com, and it's fully automatic. All you need to do is either send an email, or later I'll show you how you can do it from inside of the Airtable base itself. So we'll return to Airtable, view our data, and now you can see that it has created a article. Sorry, I lost myself for a second. It's created an article. So here we have the article. So here we have our article, and you can see we've got along the title. Let's face it, videos are taken over the internet. Here's the kicker: in your video, if your video can't be transcribed, you're missing out big time. So going in about transcription, you can see that the image has been generated, is our featured image there, and I'm just going to show you in a preview mode what the article looks like inside our blog section. So all good, TED-Talk transcripts, FAQs, and links to other articles. So it's really useful. Like we save everything into draft mode, just so that you can check over everything before it's published. So I'll close this down and we'll return to our Airtable. So from here, we're going to generate, let me just check again, we're going to generate a LinkedIn post, a Twitter post, and a Facebook post. So let's go to automation number 4 in our list, and I will switch it on. So we're going to create the copies. So we have a lot of modules here, but we're not going to utilize all of them, as you'll see, because the routers we've got filters. So if it's Twitter and X, then it will flow through to each one. So I'm going to click run once. By the way, we should have a video online about setting up all of these automations. I will reference it now in the top right corner, and you can see how we've set up all of these triggers. So I'm going to go to create content, and what we're going to do is test the automation, select the record, and we're going to run this one here. Click run. I will jump over to our Airtable again one more time, and you should see the web come in. So we've created a LinkedIn post. So it's creating a copy for LinkedIn, and it will then update the main Airtable. So we may have to be patient with these because it's going to take a bit of time. We're also creating an X post. So this is our copy for LinkedIn. When technology falls short. Okay. And what we're doing is creating unique content for each social channel. That way you're not bombarding the internet, and it gives you a bit more credibility that you can write in multiple formats for each of your audiences. Because I'm sure your Twitter audience is different to, say, something like TikTok. So there we are. It's almost finished. We've been through 4 of them. It should then finish the automation because we're not doing Reddit. We're not doing Medium on this particular occasion. Okay, so the automation is finished. Let's go back to our Airtable. You see now that there is data. So if I scroll to the right, okay, so facing problems with video transcription, AI automation can be your savior if you're ready for technology. Technology falls short, webinars, okay. And then we've got our Instagram post as well. So the final point now would be for us to set a publication time. So it's 5:30 with me here in Bali at the moment, on the 27th. So I'm going to change the publication date. Sorry, not the created date. So we'll do today. And you see how this says trigger now. So there's a formula here. I'm just going to quickly flash it up for you so you understand. And the formula is an if and an and statement. So the date difference of publication date, so this field here, is now minus, so now, and if it's above 0 minutes, and if the time difference of publication date and now is less than 15 minutes, it will say trigger now, and for all other items, it will say not yet. So if I click save, now we go to our automation, and we can go to this one here, which should be post to socials. We can do test, and you will see here, there it is. So let's go back to automation D, and we're going to go to automation E, which is our post scheduler. So now let's switch the automation on one more time. Press run once, and now we can trigger everything. There we are. You can see that the webhook has picked everything up. Now we're sending off to LinkedIn, and we've made the post. Now we're updating a table inside the Airtable base. We're posting to Facebook, doing the same, capturing the post ID. So later on you can do some tracking, and we've also posted to our Instagram account. So we'll also double check everything over inside of Airtable. And now we will see that there will be a LinkedIn post. So we have the URL. We've also got a Facebook post and an Instagram post. So these are their ID numbers. So, yeah, these are 5 automations. that are really useful. You can literally take a URL or a YouTube video and create your own content along with images to go with. So we're downloading, I forgot to show you here, but yeah, we're downloading images, the square images, and then 9x6 for the portrait images, and then they've been posted. So one more thing I wanted to show you is the other option is we also have a form. So you can, here you can type in the URL and then you can also tell you whether it's a YouTube or an article. We're still working on podcasts at the moment. I was having difficulty with the APIs to get transcripts. And then you simply drop down which platforms you want to post to. Well, you can do them all. And then if you were to click submit, everything would get sent over to your to the Airtable base, where it would all be able to begin again, starting from here. So yeah, hopefully you've got some good value from this. I'll hand you back to Alex and he can explain a little bit more about how you can get hold of this automation, the Airtable base, and again, I'll reference some videos for you on the previous builds that we've done on this sort of subject before. Thanks, and I'll see you again.
So thanks a lot for that detailed explanation, David. If you are into AI and AI automation, just like we are, we've set up a community for you, but we also have a couple of free automations for you to download. There should be a link up or down below somewhere. You can download the free automations, just import them straight into your make.com account and just follow the video step by step how to do that. A couple of automations, I've got them on the screen right now. So we've got onboarding made easy using Asana, Spotify, how to make money with Spotify, how to write the perfect blog post using Yoast. That's one of the plugins for WordPress. How to automate YouTube hooks, how to get 100% automated voiceovers for WordPress. Create your own Instagram bot that replies to all your customers in your tone of voice. How to blow up on social media. 100% automated faceless carousels is one of the ones that we're working on for next week's build. So if you're interested in AI and AI automation, just like we are, then head over to our community. We'd love to have you part of our team.